Like my biggest fear, yeah?
Honestly, you want me to be honest? Well, that question is loaded, and there are plenty things I'm afraid of.
Let's see. Failure, heights, dogs, and death. I live in fear. And human beings, gosh, human beings are so scary.
I don't want to turn this into a sermon, but this is me being honest. Yeah. My biggest fear is losing the presence of God. That's my biggest fear because everything else doesn't matter to me as long as I have His presence, as long as I know that He's with me, and as long as I know that I'm right with Him. Anything in my life can change. Anything in my life can turn upside down. Anything can happen in my life. And let's say I might be troubled for a moment, or I might not be troubled at all. But that is only because I know who has me. I know whose hands I'm in. But if I lose the presence of God and if I walk away from His presence and things start to shake in my life, I will have absolutely no stability. I would not even have the audacity that I have today to say nobody can talk to me anyhow. At that point, everybody can talk to me anyhow. So that is my biggest fear, because I just feel like I'll start to live a life of anxiety. And I've always lived a life of believers aren't beggars. I'm not a beggar. If you want me, you want me. If you don't want me, you don't want me. In terms of job, career, whatever it is, opportunities, that's what keeps me afloat. So I don't chase after things. I don't beg for things. I don't run. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you have. I don't care what the opportunity is. And that is only because I know who is with me, and what is mine cannot miss me. So that's my biggest fear.
Missing opportunities to be my dream. Yeah, like I don't want to miss an opportunity. I don't want to be too fast or behind time.
I'm most afraid of failure. I do not want to fail. I try not to fail. I struggle not to fail. Because I'm like, nobody wants to be around a failure. So I think it's failure for me.
Most afraid of cockroaches and spiders. I have this phobia for cockroaches in particular because of that. They have a smell. Oh God, just thinking about it now. I don't like cockroaches.
People around me dying. Yeah, just people that I know, like family members, friends. Yeah.
Deaths, but not necessarily my own deaths, right? Like losing my loved one. Like, yeah. Okay, so my mom is like, she's the reason why I was able to discover my art, like what I could do. And she would usually hype, even like when I used to draw like stick figures, rubbish, she would hype it up, and yeah, I miss that. I think that now that I'm really good at what I do, I should have been really proud. So.
Death. But I don't think I'm afraid of. I don't think I'm as afraid as I used to be of death. I used to be very afraid of death, dying, or people I love dying. Like it's just a strange concept to me. Like when you die, where do you go? Why do we have to die? It's a really strange thing. My grandmother passed away in July. I miss calling her and just talking to her and her praying for me and just telling me to be cool, to be okay, to take life easy. I miss hearing her voice. I miss her a lot.
Well, I'm religious, so obviously I'm afraid of dying as a non-believer or like a disbeliever or whatever. That's a fear of mine. I'm also afraid of dying in a disgraceful way, like doing something really disgraceful and then you die like that. Have you ever heard of such deaths? Like, there's this thing, I don't know if you have plenty of time, but like, Yoruba people have this thing where married men put charms on their wives, and if another man has sexual intercourse with her, they join together and die. Imagine dying like that. What will your descendants say about you? So dying in a disgraceful way, I'm kind of scared about. So I try to live how I hope I should die. So stay away from disgraceful things while I'm alive. so that the mistake doesn't happen, because you never know when the angel of death will strike.
Death, I don't know. It's just like that you're just going. Just the idea of you just being just going. It's like fear but also curiosity. Like what's next? Just recently I lost a friend of mine from secondary school. I hadn't spoken to him in a while, but it really hit me.
Being irrelevant. Yeah, being in a space, and whether I'm there or not, it doesn't matter. You know, you can be here, and if you leave, no one is like, oh, Anthony is supposed to be around, you know. So it's like, if you leave, what goes on? It's not like I'm trying to be indispensable, but then I just don't exist. Yeah. So somehow the fear has actually pushed me into developing myself, learning new stuff. You know, if I find myself in a space, I try to be handy, you know, so that when I'm gone, they will know that, oh, Anthony was here.
I try not to think more of things in the future, but what ifs, like what ifs the future, death afterwards. I try not to think anything from the book, because when I'm thinking about it, like to me, I feel like I'm being into power over me. So I take life as I see it, but I'm afraid of it. I'm scared of it. I need to be at the edge. Like, what if I tip and fall? So I don't know, but I don't like to know what scares me. I would have said failure, but I think growing like on my own journey now, my own personal journey, I realized that the thing I'll be most afraid of is not living authentically me, as in being who I need to be, who I've been created to be, achieving everything I'm supposed to achieve. And I say that because you find that as you keep growing in life, it's easy for people to lose themselves through interactions, just through what the society demands from you. So it's not even about failing. You can actually succeed, and you are not who you are while succeeding. So that's one important thing for me, that I'm not somebody else. I'm who God created me to be, and I live in that truth. I become everything I'm supposed to be in that. So it has happened to me that I felt I was okay, and I was in a space that seemed like it was my space or comfortable. But it wasn't until I found out the things that are important to me and what defines me that I realized was a thin line. You just be drifting away and you don't realize it. Literally existing, you're not really living your truth. You're just doing things. You have a job, so you go to the job. You have a group of friends you probably grew up with, so their activities become your activities, their life become your life. And you never really identify what is it about me that's special. Because when you do, you start disconnecting from certain things and identifying with certain things, and it makes you more alive. It actually makes your journey more interesting. That's when you start living.
Not giving my best, like leaving this earth knowing fully well that as a storyteller, there were stories that I could have told and I didn't. Or allowing situations or allowing outside influence stop me from doing what I know I can do. So just not giving my best or dying with potential is the thing that scares me the most. That's the one that wakes me up every morning, and I ask myself, are we giving our best? Every day I ask myself, this thing I just did I give it my all? So yeah, that's what keeps me up at night, and that's my waking up thought in the morning.